Apple is planning to release their own electric car by 2025. In this video, we're going to take a look at the future of transportation and explore its possible, one-of-a-kind and futuristic features. Welcome to the Peak Performance channel, the place where you come to be inspired to create a more prosperous future. The Apple car is an upcoming electric vehicle designed by Apple Inc. It's rumoured to be in development and scheduled for release in 2025. The car is said to be a self-driving, all-electric vehicle that will be integrated with Apple's existing ecosystem of products and services. Now, while little is known about the car, it is speculated that it will be a breakthrough in the automotive industry. If released, the Apple car will be the first of its kind and would likely change the way we think about transportation. With that, we'll take a look at the possible features of the world's first Apple car, set to be released in 2025. Apple's electric car project, informally referred to as the iCar, has been in development since 2014. The company has called the project off a million different times, and it still has a long way to go before it's ready for production. Currently, hundreds of Apple employees are working day and night to develop a self-driving car for consumers. The top priorities for this car are going to be revolutionary autonomous driving and safety. Now, by revolutionary autonomous driving, I mean there's nothing like it on the road. They want to take it so far that they don't even want to include a steering wheel inside the car, not even pedals or anything. In the event of an emergency, there would still be a steering wheel available, but it will be deployable like in the Audi Skysphere. Audi's Skysphere has a unique steering wheel that's hidden inside the cabin. At the touch of a button, the car changes from autonomous to manual mode. Apple has been looking into removing the traditional seats in cars and instead making the seats face each other to create more of a social space or workspace, and we all know that Apple loves workspaces. In fact, concept cars like the Mini Urbanaut already have this whole social lounge kind of experience going on. But what they suggested was to not even include seatbelts because in their opinion in the future all cars will be autonomous. Yes, in the future cars will be on a digital online grid. It'll mean that each car will be aware of the other car's location, and this will completely erase the possibility of crashing into each other. There'd be no need for seatbelts since the cars would stop before they ever hit each other. Apple already has more than 60 autonomous driving cars on the road experimenting and testing. The only catch is that Apple is currently using rented cars from Hertz like Lexus SUVs with cameras and sensors, so they're not actual Apple cars yet, but they're getting started anyways. This Apple car is likely to have no keys, and instead your iPhone or Apple Watch will act as the key. This car will be a luxurious top-of-the-line product like many of Apple's other items. There'll be a strong connection between the car and Apple's iOS operating system, and there is potential for further positive changes down the line. But before we get into what the car might look like, remember that Apple is looking for partners to help build the car. They won't be doing it alone. They've discussed with Nissan and held discussions with Hyundai. Apple is close to finalising an agreement that would have the car built by Hyundai Kia in North America. Porsche's CEO has had discussions with Apple a few months ago about potentially working together on some exciting projects, but nothing serious has come from it yet. We also know that Apple has legally received its autonomous testing permit from the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles in California, so something is definitely being prepared. Hey, here's a quick reminder before we continue. Make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe and notification button so that YouTube sends you more of these kinds of videos, and it helps our channel as well. Now let's get back to the video because it's time to unveil a realistic example of what the Apple car will look like. To begin, let's discuss the appearance. Minimalistic, futuristic and clean. It looks like a classic Apple product. The top of the car consists of a giant panoramic glass panel which will allow natural sunlight to brighten up the entire interior, making it feel as though you're inside a spaceship. If you look a bit further down, you'll see that the car doesn't have any door handles. In fact, it doesn't even have seams for the doors. That's because instead of two doors on each side, you're going to have one gigantic door that will open up Batmobile style and give you access to any seat inside of the car. The front of the car has a large black panel with several cameras and sensors to enable autonomous driving. The sleek daytime running lights will surround the panel and the headlights will be integrated into the grille. This way, when they're off, you won't be able to see them, but when they're on, they will illuminate everything. Apple does certainly enjoy shaking things up and providing unique features, and if they manage to create a functional wireless charger that can be used on the floor, well, that would be amazing. Let's continue this tour to the back. At the back of the car, you'll see these sweeping tail lights with small fin turn signals. Again, minimalistic and clean, because the idea is to have the Apple logo engraved into the frame of the car, lit up as a light. This would reduce waste, something that BMW has already teased with other concept cars. Its aerodynamic shape also makes it more efficient and extends its range, because in general the less drag an electric car has, the longer its range will be. Right, it's time to go inside the car now so we can take a better look at all its features. This interior is really impressive, and you would get a lot of natural light with the panoramic glass roof. The design here again is both clean and modern. There'll be an iPad but almost the size of a TV. You'll be able to click into different apps, share notes and see your notifications. On top of that, you'd have a FaceTime camera. So when everyone's sitting down inside the car, you'll be able to have a meeting directly from inside the car live. And in the back, well, you'll notice an iPad placed between the two seats. Above it, another FaceTime camera, so that even if two people are sitting in the front facing away from each other, they can still have a meeting. This could serve as a 24-hour surveillance camera, but it's deeply integrated with Apple iOS. And if you look at the middle, you'll see a table that folds out and has another Apple screen similar to an iPad. This is used to control the various infotainment features in the car. Now, if you take a look behind the front seats facing the other way, you'll see that there's no steering wheel at all. But we do have pedals back there. The steering wheel would be hidden inside this little black compartment. In case of an emergency, a steering wheel would pop out and the front seats would rotate forward, letting people drive the car. The power for the car comes from Apple's monocell design, and this is confirmed by how they're creating battery cells that will take up less space inside the battery pack by removing pouches and modules that hold materials. This new battery technology is so cutting edge that it's been described as next level. That's the kind of hype they're giving it. They're also looking to improve LIDAR sensors so that they're smaller, more affordable and easier to mass produce. Overall, Apple is making a lot of small improvements to make this product the best on the market when it does come out. But we'll have to wait until 2025 to see if these rumours are true. But one thing is for sure, the world's first Apple car is sure to be a game changer. Thank you for being all ears throughout the entire video. To create his effort to copy his genius, Albert Einstein. And if you want to expand your income by building an online income, well, feel free to contact me so we'll get things moving right away. Remember, if you want to change your life, let's make a change together. You need to make a change.